Welcome back to our Anno 1800 series with the New Horizon mod that opens a whole new region in Asia with obviously new tiers of population, new production and much more. We've done quite a bit of progress already on this one, so don't hesitate to check in the video description below if you want to see the previous episodes. And actually I think it is time to try to continue not focusing on Asia but on two other regions at the same time. The Land of Lions, Enbesa, and the passage expedition to the Arctic, because we need access to those regions to give to many of my people a lot of the lifestyle needs that they have. Having said that, we will definitely continue to work on this one. In particular, as you can see, this one is ready for finalization. I've also started that one there, and there's many others, so we're definitely gonna try to have more and more ruins in this city ready for us. But yes, in the meantime, let's see for Land of Lions. I think we're close. Blessed Rains. Ooh, so should we scale the spur for bird's eye view of the savannah or head to the waterhole? I think we'll try to go up to see if we find something. You have trespass upon Pride Land. Not good. So basically we can shoot, we can try to intimidate them, or we can distract them with food. Let's try to intimidate them. We get a small bonus. They edge backward. Good. So should we smoke them or retreat? I think we retreat. I don't really need a lion attack, so let's continue the journey. And I think we will arrive, here it is, to the Horn of Enbesa. And remember, you can stop in many other places, but I was trying to get there as quickly as possible. So we will, the next time we see here an exclamation mark, we should be arrived. And then for the passage, let's check this out. I'm not gonna try to pronounce this, but it's basically an Inuit. He appears worried, but offers your man every hospitality. Okay. So offer to trades for the relic. Maybe he has an interesting relic over here. Yeah, why not? And we can give him maybe these ones. It's really not that great, and chance certain. So let's offer the trade, right? And done, the trade was accepted. Nice. They are from Sir John's expedition ship. This is where we're, the person we're trying to find, right? So that is good. That means we're on the right path, I guess. I think we may need a few more tries for the passage, but yeah, we'll check that out soon. In the meantime, let's see our first wonder that is ready. Let's finish this phase. And now we can build from this is the foundation. Now we can go into our wonders and we can choose which one to build, right? So this was good for the lumberjack huts, and it was also giving good production boost for many things. And riot decrease. Okay, this is very good for Eastern literature is gonna be produced. Okay, and it affects the cookhouse kitchens. Okay, and the residents with kotos or umeshi are provided with violence and durian. Okay, and last but not least, we will have over here pretty unique one that will boost my influence. So each of the residents in the radius will have will give me one influence. So it feels like this is the good one for the city, right? While the other ones maybe we put a bit further apart. And anyway, we have multiple. So let's start with this. This was expensive, right? 250 just to 1,000 of money just to start it. And now we need 500 workers for 1 hour with a lot of stone too and a lot of gold. So I'm gonna need to bring a couple of those things, but with this we should start rebuilding. Okay, I'm also rebuilding another one here, so that's why I'm using some of my people. Maybe we should to get a few more houses over here to also get us closer to the 1000. We're actually not that far. I think I created a ship for herbs, but I guess it hasn't arrived yet. Yeah, I did. It is. Where are you? is on the way. Okay, so hopefully soon it's gonna deliver to Ori. You can see it. No, not this one. Which one is it? Here. It's gonna take a minute for it to arrive, but when it does, we may actually cross the 1000 of population on Gongreen and unlock the Kotos. Let's continue. Land of Lion. Ship astern, Captain. She's gaining on us. It's an attack. Oh, not good. So let's fire back. I have a lot of great bonuses here. 90% chance success. All good. Oh no, the first volley clashes. And then the second, okay. Mercenaries and murderers. What? I will pay for the man release. Who is that? Yeah, I don't know anything. You attacked us. You attacked us. So let's attack again. Okay. Crackerjack, you're gonna slide the EV15 each projectile into the muzzle. Okay. Wait for the intruder to show themselves. Indeed, indeed. Who is this Ketema you always talk about? I don't know who that is. Emperor Ketema, the heir to the throne of Selamawi, lord of the high and lowlands known as Enbesa. It's basically Kenya. But why attack me? What? What happened? I am Binyam, emissary. I am on a mission to seek out expert. Okay, I'm an expert. I'm here. Show me your region. I love those cinematics, they're always so beautiful. Let's take a minute to appreciate it. Lions.
Yanihoy, Ketema. May I introduce my benefactor, a renowned city planner from the distant...
I'm a city planner indeed.
Such noble hearts are ever welcome in Enbessa. So, you heard I was seeking for talent such as yours to expand our new capital.
Our meeting was serendipity alone, my emperor.
Then the Lord truly smiles on you. There is opportunity here to be part of a tale greater than all of us.
It is a completely new region. Obviously you need the DLC and a lot of new tiers of population and a lot of new production chains, of course.
Garden will bloom anew. Many lives of kings has it been since last Enbessa was so united, frail as that legacy may hold.
The Golden Lion.
Some would see us divided, each to their own purpose, but they are blind to the greater threat. Hungry eyes turning south towards us. In unison and with pride, we will return their stares.
So must all stand to defend their share, or be eaten.
And so to you, I would entrust the raising of Taborim, our new capital on these lands. May it grow to unite all Enbesa under one covenant. Young Binyam will help you settle, share his plan for the canals. Taborim may soon shine like a jewel of peace on the girdle of this great nation.
And it is. We have one island. They give us one island where there is already the palace. We can actually also change the palace. There's gonna be missions and everything. Story that comes with this region. I will probably actually have to send a real ship, or do they give me one? I forget. I forget. It is actually strange that... Ah, here it is. Yes. So, where are you? Sail here, and I think he gives us a ship. We'll get there in a sec, and while this is happening, let's check the passage. In the passage, the Narrows. Ooh, navigation is going to be tricky. Should we find a path? Should we send men up for better view or scouts? We're gonna find a path. Let's go crazy. To you, the relief. Your crew reaches the open sea on the other side. Yeah, good job. We did good. and we arrive also in the Arctic. Very different region, as you can see.
We shouldn't expect to find them right away. This is a vast wilderness. It's been 2 years. The Admiralty say they've tried everything, but then they haven't lost a husband.
Well,
Nor did it occur to them to search King William Sound. There! A camp!
we found a camp. Doesn't look good though. Look at these tents, all destroyed, abandoned.
Imagined as much, didn't we? And my John picked a fine spot. Perhaps they left some sign as to where they went.
Where did you go, husband? So again, there will be, new tiers of population, new production chains, and a whole story over here that will, potentially lead us to find even Father Christmas. So we have arrived over here. She gives us a bit of money, 50,000, but that's nothing compared to her 16 millions. And again, we don't really have anything to settle a new island ourselves, but I think they give us the island here. It is, we can click on it. We can then clear the abandoned camps by just clicking on them. So there's here, there, and there. That way we can have space for us to, colonize more. Speaking of colonization, I think we're gonna deliver this, that, and then this we're gonna bring back to the Cape. And yeah, she notices a head of stone. What is that? It is Sir John's logbook that you can find over here. Made out camp. It holds shelters for the winter. Met a group of Inuit. The Inuit says we need icebreakers. Okay. So we should try to find the Inuit basically. So for this, I'm gonna send one other one. Actually, let's also probably get some nice resource to help us develop. I don't remember exactly what's needed. We're gonna discover together, but one of these is probably a good idea. To King's Island, okay. I don't have any. Oh, we're low on influence. Good thing we continue to do regularly some championships. Okay, we need to wait a few minutes for the next one. That is fine. I mean, this is because we're getting new islands, right? So those islands, they cost influence. Anyway, we need to build now a canteen and explorers. So let's go. The canteen is here. The explorers shelters are there, but there's a new concept, which is we're gonna need heat. We're gonna need heaters, to be precise. So let's go. We're gonna want also short call. So let's put one over here for now. And in the future, we can have another one. We're going to connect this there and this all the way over here. Okay. And, let's see. Because we need people and we need access to heat. So let's put it over here. Okay. And then we're gonna want people there. So let's go. Actually, I'm gonna go like that. And also on this side. Yep. We're gonna want the canteen. Done. So yeah, he wants us to fire up the heat supply, because if not, you can see this low heat. People are really not happy. So you need to have a bit of coal. Good thing they gave us some coal to get started, but then we're gonna want to produce it, right, with a charcoal clean like this one. You need to also make sure you can deliver, right? So there's a warehouse close enough. And then yeah, it tells us to build some wood just so that we can make a local production. So let's go there. Again, that needs access, to heat. Everything needs access to heat as long as you see that. And usually it's everything where there is a worker, basically. Okay, so let's check out here. Yeah, we're consuming some coal, but also making some. We are consuming some wood, but making some, and with this making some timber. So that is a small but good start, if I may say so myself. So we can work on this. In the meantime, let's move to 5. Ketema. He offers us free trading post on the other side of this island. So this is over here, right? So let's click on it and we will actually gain access to it and a bit of resource, which is a Wanza timber. It's a different type of wood if you wish. Right, so we're gonna do the same where we have a marketplace, we have houses, and now the concept that's a bit different is irrigation over here. So we'll have to talk about this too. But first, let's just place, a big city over here. I'm thinking we're gonna place one there and then one a bit further in the future. We're gonna need a couple of services too, but for now, wrong place. Let's go crazy and just go people. Perfect. I'm gonna do the same next to it. And then I have stamps, by the way, from my last campaign on this, but sometimes it's also good to just build yourself. Oh, we've used all of our wood. That's bad. Now we're gonna want to make this production over here of Wanza timber. The good thing is this just requires nothing, just people. So we can place, one on this side, one there. And I don't think we can place more because others would require a warehouse, which we only have one right now, right? That's over here. So this is in range, this is in range, but others probably wouldn't be in range. Okay, so let me close all of this. By the way, in the new Anno, there's apparently one click to have road around the building like this. That will be pretty cool. Done. So we should produce some goat. That comes with 50 people. We should arrive there pretty soon. But that will also require some Wanzas. I really need to just increase that production. It is, ladies and gents, a few minutes have passed and I've basically built the basics on both of these regions. We have over here for shepherds a pretty nice city, right? You can see it starts at the bottom, goes all the way over here with a lot of level 1, right? These are the shepherds, and we've started to give them quite a few resources. So let's get started, in order. As I said, first I made a production of Wanza woodcutter over here, 4 of them with a small warehouse in the middle, so all good there. Then we move to the goat farms. Now the goat farms, this is, the first production, first need that you need. It's a bit like milk, right? And we have basically this building there. Now this building doesn't require fertile land. You will see in Enbesa you have this green land over here. This is fertile, and you have this savanna, yellowish, right? Brownish. This is not fertile. It doesn't require fertile to work. If I place, let's do it quickly, 4 of these and just a road and a warehouse, it's gonna work. Here it is. This is working. This is gonna produce though with 1 minute production time, and you will see over here this small warning that says 0 modules on fertile soil. You will be able also to put a silo in the future, but that's different. You can though put either all or some of them on fertile land. So for example, if you look over here, all 4 are green. They are over here circled in blue because they're all 4 on fertile land. This one also all 4, and this one all 4. Didn't I make one on purpose? Yeah, here. This one on purpose I made for you to show you that only has 3. So if we over it, you'll see 3 out of 4. So with 3 out of 4, we're gonna have 175. So the processing time is 34 seconds instead of 1 minute. For these ones over here, right, where it's all 4, now it's going to be 30 seconds or 200% if you wish. So it is basically possible to put it anywhere you want, but if you put it on fertile soil, it will produce double. So that is a pretty good deal in my opinion. So that was the first one, the goat farm. Then we have the arbor as always. I didn't actually build yet anything, but we can. Let's go build some storage in particular. Always good to have a few. Okay, and I also like usually to connect these together. Oh, like that, and there. Oh, we are out of Wanza timber, so we need to wait a bit more. But that's also why it's good to have some storage, right? Because it's good to have some reserves of Wanza timber. So that was the next one. Then we moved into finery. This is the close. We're going to have a 3-step. At the end, the embroiderer. Then before the linen mill. You may remember we use linen in the new region, but it's basically the same. I think you can also sand it here if you want. And then that will require linseed farm. But this one actually requires irrigated soil. You can see it on the screen over there. It says requires irrigated. Those two don't. So that's what I've done over here. Basically, I had this patch here that was not irrigated versus this patch over here was already irrigated. Why? Because it's close to the water. And so I put all of these buildings here that don't require, the embroiderer and things like the linen mill in places where it was not irrigated. And then I've put those linen farms over here on places that are irrigated. And what I wanted to show you is, again, you can see over here the fields, 96 out of 96, perfect. If you look at this one here, oh, there is a small warning because we only have 94 fields that are on fertile land. And actually you can even see it is those two over here, this one here and that one there, they're not on fertile land. Now it is possible to put more. So what you do is you just click and you're going to press shift, and now you're able to put more than the 96. So you can see I have 98 out of 96, but now I have the perfect productivity. Instead of the 95%, we're gonna move to 100% just now. So this is definitely something to keep in mind. And yeah, that was the next production. Now we're talking about 1 minute here, 30 seconds and 1 minute. So you'll need, 2 of these for 1 of these and 2 of these. Then we have actually something I haven't built yet. It's one of the next mission. If you look over here, a musician court. This is the next happiness element over here. So we're gonna build it. We're gonna, as always, put a couple. If I put one over here, it's gonna help there. And then let's do the same on this side. There it is. Good. Next mission, he wants us to photograph one of your trading posts in the old world. I can definitely do that. He's basically curious, right? Let's take one that has a lot of ships like this. Scare him a little. I'm too far. Yeah, here it is. I hope I can see the ships. Yeah, it's not perfect, but he'll get the message. He'll get the message. Okay, he's impressed. Good job. So we're gonna have, a lot of missions. I'm not gonna go through all of them. Again, you can find in the video description below if you want the Anno wiki that will show you all of these kind of choices that you may want to make. In this case, we're gonna try to get some bonuses, but it's not that big of a difference, all of those stories. There is one other thing I did want to show you in terms of mission over here is he's talking about the fire station. So like in all the other regions, we do have a fire station, that's the next building, but it requires connection to a canal, to water. So if you look at, all of our water, all of our rivers, you will see over here those river slots. Right now, I have only one thing unlocked, the water pump. In the future, there may be also a few others. But yeah, the water pump is basically what's going to enable us to then send this water. Here it says 250, same over here, 250. Send this water somewhere else. And this is also how you extend the fertility, the greenish, right? Like it's green over here, it's yellow there. If I do this, you will see this will become green. Take a second for the water to come. And as soon as the water comes, here it is, starting to transform. Beautiful. And in a second, you'll see this will actually be fully green. So this is key, for utilizing the terrain well. This is, for example, what I've done over here. We'll talk about that in a second. But this is also required if you want your fire station to work. So right now it's not working. You can see canal connection missing. When the water arrives, this will start working. Now, in my opinion, this is not worth it. This makes it kind of a waste. unless you can be really smart and, you know, use this space now for a lot of farms too. But then you have your farms in the same place as your, you know, cities. And how are you going to get a fire station on this side or on that side? In my opinion, again, you're better off just, if there is a fire, it's okay, it will burn, you rebuild, that's life. So we will not even let it go to the end. I'm just gonna delete all of this. But while we're talking about this, what I wanted to show you is that one water pump has a capacity of 250 at the basis. There's ways to increase this, but that's the basis. We can though, and basically what happened is, you know, that means if I do this, right, I start using more and more of that capacity. I have already used some on this side, and now if I do this, I'm using a bit more. If I continue to have like this, you'll see at some point you will get to the 250 and then the water will stop. You know, it will not irrigate. But there is one thing you can do if you want to make it a bit easier to manage, is you can connect them together. So for example, this one here, if we follow it, right, there's this canal there. And by the way, a trick that I like to do is indeed put it next to a road, because we do need a road for our buildings too. So if we connect it all the way there to another one, then their capacity is merged. So now instead of 250, I have 500. And then if I merge it also to this one, 750, and to this one, you know, 1000. And then I know I have 1000 to use anywhere I want, right? So that is something that I do use a lot, and I suggest you use it too. So right now, let's delete all of this. Let's make sure we rebuy this share before she annoys us too much. Okay. And yeah, let's go back. No, not to this one. Sorry, my bad. To this one here. So we have done the fire station. Next was the dry meat. Dry meat is taking some Sangha cow and some salt. Salt, it requires the free coastline. So this is what you can see over here. We have a few of these, nothing special. It takes a bit of money, a bit of shepherds, but yeah, nothing extraordinary here. So let's continue moving forward with the next product. No, sorry, the Sangha cow. So the Sangha cow is a bit similar to that one over here, where you could, if you wanted, not put it on fertile land. And by the way, yeah, you can put it like this, not connected, it's fine too. But then your productivity is not great. It's 1 minute. Versus if I put it over here, right? This is now all irrigated thanks to this canal in the middle. And with this, we have a productivity of 200%. And so the processing time is now 30 seconds. So you need half of them, right? For the same cost, right? It's the same cost of people and money. It's just you have a canal. So yeah, I definitely suggest, and you know, this is a pretty good layout over here, where you even will have space in these holes there to put silos in the future. Because we haven't unlocked that yet, but we will be able to do that in the future. So yeah, we have this dry meat that is then sent somewhere. Where are the dry meat? Yeah, no. Where did I? Oh, there. I put them on the side because they don't need to be irrigated. So I'm putting them very far from my irrigation. But yeah, we have the building there, and I showed you the 2 inputs. So all good. And then last but not least, the hibiscus tea will require the tea spicer. I've put them over here, you can see, right? All good. And it requires hibiscus farm. Now this needs to be on irrigated soil. It's a farm similar, you know, to the linseed. So that's why you can see them over here. I also added one on this corner that is not perfect. You can see we're missing some fields, but it's just because I had the space, right? So all good. I could potentially, you know, have this canal go all the way over here, but it's a bit wasting canals for nothing. I'd rather have another farm on the other side in the future. And if we look now at our productivity or productions, we are all good, right? All good everywhere. We are making great. And you can see we're also consuming some Wanza timber. Why? Because if we click on my people lifestyle need, this is one of them. This is the only one that's local. All the other ones are not that hard, actually. You can see the grain, the ponchos, Hot sauce maybe is the hardest, the jam and the canned food. We can also give all of these in the future, but I started by giving this one because it's a local one. And yeah, this is the happiness needs and normal needs. So we're ready already to upgrade, many of these to the next level. Let's do it. This is gonna be the second and last level in this region. You can see this is the max. These are the elders that can get to 35 people. They have also, some needs over here, including, oh no, there's no local needs. Okay, but it's fine. We'll get that going in the future. And there's, of course, a few new productions here. So that opens this whole new tab on this side. So that was, the basics for Enbesa. Now let's see on the Arctic side, slightly harder. So we have right at the bottom a heater to help with all of the coastal buildings with a bit of productions too. Then we're gonna have the city. Right now the only service is the canteen. In the future maybe we'll have others. And then we have some productions. Here it's all of my productions of coal, which are the only ones that don't need heaters. That's why I put them as far as possible. Then we have here a couple of productions that do require heat. This is my caribou meat. And this is for the pemmican. The pemmican, and by the way, the pemmican actually cookhouse, right, also requires some heat. So that's why you can see two over there. And yeah, it requires some caribou hunting meat. So these are the three over here. And some whale oil, so whaling station. These are the two there, plus got some blueprints in the future. We have also the ranger station. So this is fighting both fires and the flu. So the illness, if you wish, right? It does require heat too. But yeah, I've put two, one at the bottom there, one over here. And we can see we seem to have a pretty low chance of fire, but a pretty high chance of flu. Not so great, but not much I can do yet because this is linked to, your heat. So my heat is not that high, right? We have only the actual heat of, the fire. We don't have sleeping bags. We don't have schnapps. And we are also giving, as I said a bit earlier, some first lifestyle need, the bread, the tallow, and the hot sauce, all coming from the cave. We have so the pemmican, and I think I just unlocked the oil because when I started the episode, we didn't have it. This will require some brass, which we don't have here either. We're gonna need to bring that, but also some more oil, and that's why I have these ones here, and some lamp factory, which I'm not sure where we're gonna be able to fit on. Oh, that's a bit annoying because I can't break that. I guess I could put it over here potentially. Is that in range? Yes, it is. Okay, it's fine. So one, is that enough? Let's check it out. Yeah, it is enough. But I do need to bring a bit of brass. I'm wondering if maybe we actually use that out here because I don't think we need that much of hot sauce, for example. So let's wait for the ship to arrive and then we can do that. We need the whaling station. And then with this, that will enable me to get the oil lamp, which will be the last thing for us to move to the next level. For the sleeping bags, I have actually started it. You can see the sleeping bag factory is over here. It requires goose or geese, but goose feathers, and also some seal skin. Unfortunately, I don't have this fertility on this island. So that means we're gonna need to go to another island for this. But we do have at least the basics, this production over here and this production there of the goose farm, which requires 5 of these small pen, requires electricity, not electricity, heat. So that's why I have it all here. Now I think for this, we will indeed create another city. But what I'm gonna do is I think we're gonna still keep most of the production here and just send the production on this other island. We need to find an island that has that fertility. It is not this one. This one doesn't have it either, unfortunately. Here it has. Okay, and it has actually also the other basic one. So that could become an interesting starting city. Let's send this guy here and probably that one too for a bit. And it is. This has arrived. So let's wait for it to deliver everything. I didn't build. Let's extend that. And can I? No, I cannot yet do any expansion, you know, of my storage. So yeah, it's not full. You can see the bread, for example. So let's drop that one. I want you to drop it or give it to that guy here. Okay. So we have bread, because I'm guessing bread is a small need. Let me check. So tallow is 2, bread is only 1, schnapps is only 1, hot sauce is only 1. So tallow is the one where we need more, basically. And so that means I guess we can take 1 bread out and replace it by the brass. We have a lot of brass, so shouldn't be a problem. Worst case, we put a second ship on it. But yeah, when it comes back, we should be starting our oil one. And so while we're waiting for this brass, let's go back to this region, this new region, because I think we're ready for some of these. Look at this. This took a while, but I think, yeah, this is finished. Oh, that is beautiful. Look at this. We have the stupa. Unfortunately, for it to work, I think we need this replica, the longevity crown replica, and I don't know where we get it. It fools the fool's eye, but a replica crown remains a replica crown. Or an original relic might be a better choice. Okay, so we need to find it. We need to find the actual one. Because right now my radius is very small. This is supposed to help with my houses, but none of the houses are in range. So that's not great. That's not great. We have only this that's in range. So that's getting a 50% productivity boost. That's the only things so far. Okay, and then if we look at this one over here, let's check it out. We have something slightly different. Instead of the replica, we're gonna need some kotos to be consumed, and then it will be working. In terms of the range though, the range is also not that big. It goes over here, but doesn't go to my people. So, you know, that's not great. I may need to change a bit my layout, like over here. You know, if I can just get the road in there. Just do it quick and dirty for now. I may want, sorry, to also put it one there. Okay, so let's check out now. Now we have a lot of my things in range, right? That is a bit better. The only thing is we need to produce this. I think in the next episode, indeed, we have unlocked now many of the new productions. The kotos, we have unlocked porcelain, and also this tofu over here. We've unlocked these noodles. There is a new mine here. There is the garden. And we have access to fuel if we want to, the zoo. So there's quite a lot of things we can do. There is many new productions also in, you know, this, where is it, over here? In this thing. We haven't started really playing with this foreign trading company. So I think that's going to be excited. This is definitely something for us to play with. We do still have 2 other wonders, by the way, over here that we could use if we wanted on this island. And of course others on other islands. But yeah, ladies and gents, that's already been a pretty long episode. We have grown over here with those wonders. We have, most importantly, really started to develop 2 new regions, Enbesa over here and the Arctic on this side. So I hope you enjoyed that one. Don't hesitate to tell me in the comments below if you have any questions or other requests, and I hope to see you next time.